Hey guys, it's Maple here again, and today I've got a fairly long video for I'm bringing to you a Uber run and video guide on my latest character, the Windripper Inquisitor Templar. For the build I have chosen to use Ice Shot and Blast Rain, and I went with a Templar slash Inquisitor. Now, the idea behind the character, or the concept here, is to be able to penetrate elemental resistances, or rather reduce all enemy resistances to 0 whenever you crit. With a Windripper or quite a lot of crit early attacks, you reach almost 100% chance to crit, so critting is always going to be happening, so you're always going to be reducing their resistances to 0. Now, in the past I've tried Windripper builds and crit early builds and the like, and they work really well. They ramp up great until the later game, until you get to actual monster resistance like maps, Uber Atziri. Just red tier maps and Uber Atziri seems to shit all over elemental sort of damage because there's just so much resistance and it scales so high that your damage starts to do almost nothing, which is why physical and chaos builds scale really well into those higher end maps. So this brought about the idea of the Inquisitor Windripper, and the eventual goal was to see if I could do Uber with it, because I knew previously I could not at this level of gear. You could do Uber Atziri with a Windripper if you had low life and immense amounts of gear, so you scaled your damage high enough that resist didn't really matter, but a normal Windripper build couldn't really do it, at least not from me. So the idea was basically to see if Inquisitor could change that and let me do an Uber run, and also how it would compare to Voltaxic. Now, long story short, I'll say I'm pretty sure Voltaxic is still far better for DPS, utility, and everything, basically, but Windripper has its own flavor of build, and it's actually really satisfying to play with Ice Shot, with all the shatters, and just having pretty tanky build in the long run. One thing I will mention is I don't currently have Vaals, and I've gotten to level 91 without Vaals, meaning I am a bit prone to reflect, but I haven't died to reflect yet. If you want to become completely reflect immune, you will need to grab yourself some Vaals, and it's not a big deal. I just chose not to spend those 4 points that it takes to get there, because I have lived without it. Up to you though. So I'll leave you guys with the Uber run, and then straight after that I'll jump into a guide on how to build this character and everything it took for me to make it. Get a game face on! I don't have a game face, I'm tired. Please do not die to a snake upon entry. That is the dream. Oh yeah, I am shitting all over these guys. The penetration seems to be prime. Yep, I'm happy with Inquisitor for this shit then. I think that was a Reflect guy? I don't know. Like, these guys have so much life that if I come across a Reflect pack, I will probably kill myself to it. That's what I'm afraid of. And I shouldn't be that worried about snakes either. I do have a fair amount of defense and shit that I shouldn't die to a one shot from a snake. Yeah, the trash clear is good so far. Damn, got a courtyard. Potential payoffs already. I'm really missing my Quicksilver. The Topaz doesn't really make up for it, and now that I'm almost out of the Vaals, I've got to try and not press flasks almost ever. Make sure I got max flasks up. And I think that's actually it. Yep. Not that much trash to begin with. Okay. Do a nice little U-turn. Templar looking swag. Okay. DPS was not that strong, man. Not that strong at all. I got stunned so fucking hard there, and I don't actually know what happened at the end. Yeah, the 6-link looking pretty necessary, and the Vaal Pact might be pretty necessary too. How hard is it to respect a Vaal Pact right now? 1, 2, 3. Probably 4. 2, 3, 4. We'll get back in there. Okay. Death is okay then. We can cop that. We can cop that right on the chin. Trio is going to be fairly slow though. So I'm going to have to play it careful. DPS is not good enough to just like bolster the wallet by the looks of it. Oh, I'm still alive. I think he was in there somewhere for a second. Woo. Leave me alone, snakes! I don't want to die. Get back here, Golem. Gonna try and keep up flasks again now, because I don't know when the boss is coming. Could be soon. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Okay, we'll flask it up just a bit. And for this room. And we are good. Shrine dope. Dude, why the fuck were they just swinging at nothing? Okay, going in. Yeah, didn't get to go too ham at all. Whoa! How the hell did he hit me? I call absolute bullshit. Oh my god! The end of a reign. No! I need fucking help! Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, we're in like some kind of lag spiral. She's chaining reins onto me. Why you gotta do this? Not like this. Not like this. I'm so slow, Templar. Why you gotta be like this, mate? Get greedy. Don't get greedy. Get her. No, no, shit, fuck, shit. Ah! I was trying to avoid that rain. Okay, okay, okay. Hands are so sweaty, you would not understand. He dead yet? Or did he like run way back like an arsehole? Yeah, he ran way back like an arsehole. Is he dead now or is he still way back? Yep, he's way back again. God damn it. Keeps like just fucking walking away. I'm trying to kill him in the middle as much as possible. Jesus. Need help. Need more flask. He ran away again. Why is he doing this to me? Okay. Ah! No! Flasks. God. Panic pressed every single flask. Get knocked back forever, please. Nope. Oh my god. It's looking smooth. Could use a mirror arrow, to be honest. Let me through! Nailed it. Locked him down. Got him. That's what you call a smooth kill. Oh my god. Well, the easy parts are over. Now I've got to take down actual Atziri, which is legit the hard part. That thing's not bad. Like, there's a good shot I'm gonna waste every portal on. Atziri, tell you that right now. Or on Union of Souls, Pack of Snakes. That too is a challenge. But, I mean, I'm still missing 6 links. That's roughly all I'm missing. At this stage I could probably fairly comfortably say Voltaxic's a much better Uber spec. But if I can do it with this, then that's a big step up from last time I tried Uber on Wind Ripper, because I couldn't even get past the Vaals with like beast gear. Just because LA resistance was too strong for me. So if it's doable at all, regardless of how struggle it is, that's pretty decent. Trash clear is pretty good. I'll give myself that. That's fairly efficient. It's a little sketchy. I'm gonna just go for it, carry momentum through. How's the ad phase going? You getting there? Yeah, that's okay. See, for this phase, a mirror arrow helps pretty greatly. Gives her an extra target to attack. I legit had nowhere to go. That wasn't even a good death, man. I just had nowhere to go. I was stuck between a Flame Blast and Stormcold was still expiring. Oh, that's sad.
How may I be of
Do have to finish off the trash before I waste all portals, if I'm going to waste all portals. So I may as well do that now. Died to Spear? No, I didn't. I died to a Stormcold that just didn't expire in time, and I ran into it to try and avoid the Flame Blast. Oh, 5 Link Necro sucks. Hasn't noticed. I've noticed. I know that I'm cursing myself. I'm okay with it. Doesn't make a difference to me. Shit, this snake. I'm dying. Okay, no more loot. Shame that. Oops. I don't know, man. This is gonna be really hard to pull off. DPS is not that great yet without the 6 link. That's why I didn't want to go in before the 6 link, because it's hard to say if it's gonna be a game changer. You know, to say if you had the 6 link and the DPS was shit, then you could say, well, there's nothing more I could have done. Ouch. Oh my god. This is not going terribly well. Hypotaxics. Yeah, it was doing a lot more damage than this. And I do not need Blood Rage on right now. The fuck. Okay, so she should be pushing over. Now we've got to pray. Fucking pray. Holy shit! That was some bad Storm College, and I just ran into a Storm Call. Okay. It's doable. It is doable. It's just going to be tough. I need to keep that to know where I am. That's shite. Golem's actually probably not a good idea right now. Going to make life a little complicated. Vaals are left for real oh shit situations. Not just whenever the fuck I want it. So usually like a split phase with no flasks up. That's what I would Vaals. I really want a mirror arrow for this phase. It'll not change the game but certainly help. No, I was afraid she'd get that hit in. So right now, going for Vaals. Because I didn't have a health flask or a leg to stand on, so I had to help my DPS out as much as possible. So he's got to survive one more split phase. Hopefully, like that last split phase had really good spawn. I just need another one of those. A good spawn. If I have a shit spawn, it makes it so much harder on me. So I hate fighting in a different setup position. Dodging spear and all that. I can do this. Just need to do it. Spawn position, not terrible. Oh god, getting hit by spear. Nailed it. Come on, baby. Oh god, it hurts. It hurts. Ooh, dodged that second spear wave. Ah, we should be good. We should be good. No! Fucking did it. With 5 links. Fucking 5 links. Probably spent like 3x total on this gear. That's a legit Wind Ripper build. So I will try to keep this somewhat brief. I am a level 91 Templar Inquisitor. Templar with a bow runs pretty goddamn goofily and looks sort of goofy unless you have some sweet microtransactions, so keep that in mind. Demon King armor doesn't look too bad on him. The build is based around a Wind Ripper or Crit Elemental bow. So if you have a really good Crit Elemental bow, it can outperform Wind Ripper, but here is your baseline bow. High crit, high attack speed, bit of ele, and some good rarity and quantity. And then around that we use things like added lightning, added cold, and auras. Now the passive tree is the biggest problem with the build, because as a Templar, you have to do a shitload of traveling to get back to the Ranger tree. Normally a build like this would start as a Ranger, or a Shadow, or even a Duelist, and you just condense to the right side of the tree. As a Templar, you start all the way over here, you have to waste a few points initially, and then you do a balls load of traveling. So that's annoying. But there is still some pretty good perks to pick up from the Templar side, like some really good life nodes, a few wed nodes, and a few like resist and early nodes, and a bit of int that you wouldn't otherwise get. So that's also nice. And as a result of this tree, you end up picking up quite a lot of life. I think I have something like 170% in my version, and you can go all the way up to like 200 if you really feel like it. Other things to note on the tree is this is where our life leech comes from entirely, these 4 nodes, and this is where all of our mana leech comes from. I grabbed a 30-inch node because I needed to for my Wrath and Herald of Thunder, or whatever else, but you can fix that up through jewelry. I just happen to not have very good int-based jewelry. Grabbed acrobatics as well, just for some extra dodge. I also do have arrow dancing, which helps me with reflect. Aside from that, try and branch out, grab a bunch of crit, a few frenzy nodes, and all in all, it's a bit of a traveling tree, but it worked out fine in the end. Inquisitor itself, this is what we're looking at: Inevitable Judgment. Critical strikes ignore enemy elemental resistances. So it's really strong in the end game when things start to get lots and lots of resists. On top of that, you do get plenty of other perks like elemental damage, crit multi, this node here, and I decided to take Augury of Penitence as my last 2 nodes, which actually is pretty damn nice. The range on this, as nearby enemies, is pretty much full screen, so you're almost always getting an extra 10% ele damage and nerfing their damage a bit too. Now we've taken care of that, the setup itself, I've chosen to use Ice Shot, and that is basically just because I started out with Ice Shot and kept using it until I thought it wasn't good enough, and that never happened. I was happy with Ice Shot all the way through, and you can choose to use Split Arrow, Lightning Arrow, you can choose to use Tornado Shot, whatever. Blast Rain is going to be a single target though, it is the strongest option by far, I would think. For the Ice Shot setup, I'm currently using a Belly of the Beast. That's not really the optimal chest though. I'd much rather use something like this, which I have yet to manage to link up, because you get a shitload more evasion. You trade about 300 life, so I'd go from 5400 to about 5100, but a lot more resists, a lot more evasion, and that's my preference personally. That said, I'm using a Belly of the Beast. It's currently a 5 link, and it is housing the Ice Shot setup. I have Ice Shot, GMP, Chain, Cold Damage, and Wed. You can replace Cold with Lightning, doesn't really matter. I've just been using added Cold for now. And you can replace Chain with Pierce. The thing is, Chain just seems to create a much better clear speed because it hits a lot of outside mobs that are stragglers, you know. So it actually creates a faster map clear speed. You can use Pierce, that is completely up to you. In this current setup, my 6th link would be a added Lightning, so that you will end up using both added Lightning and added Cold. For the Blast Rain setup, I have Blast Rain, faster attacks, Wed, Conk Effect, and added Cold. Ideally, I would replace faster attacks with an added Lightning, and then faster attacks would probably be my last link, or maybe a crit multi. But for now, this is what I've got, and it's working out just fine. The damage you should have seen on the during the video, something like 50k Blast Rain at this point, and something else for Ice Shot, who cares? Using an Ice Golem, grabbed a Rat's Nest, pretty damn good. The enchant is somewhat useful, something like a 10% DPS gain for your Blast Rain. Nothing game changing, but useful. Otherwise, Rat's Nest seems like the obvious choice, and you do need some good movement speed, so Rat's Nest helps out in that. The rest of the gear is pretty straightforward. Now, jewelry may be hard to come across, but bear in mind that not many people need or look for elemental damage on jewelry. So things like lightning and fire, and cold, that's really quite overlooked on most items. This neck is a pretty decent damage neck, and it cost me something like 20 chaos, I think. This ring was something like 5 chaos, because it really doesn't look too impressive. But you're looking for accuracy, wed, damage, resist, diamond ring, life, all of that sort of stuff. And on your amulet, a crit multi-roll is great, a wed roll, damage, all the above. This ring I bought for something like 15 chaos as well. It's pretty damn nice. Thing is, if you want cheap jewelry, you're going to have to pretty much craft your own life on it. As soon as there's a life roll on a piece of jewelry, it instantly shoots up to like over an exalt, which is absurd. Belt, of course you want life, resist, and some wed. This belt cost me something like 10-15 chaos. Malagaros, they're worse damage than face breakers, I would think at this point, but the thing is I'm fairly low on crit, so I decided to go with Malagaros. They give... Actually, what was I about to say? My crit chance with everything up is something like 80% right now. At the moment, I'm rocking 62 in town. With Golem, with full power charges, I'm at about 80%. So that's still not amazing, but it's good enough, especially when paired with a Diamond Flask. Lastly, you want some max speed boots. These in particular cost me 10 chaos as well. You just gotta be out on the lookout for some bro deals via PoE trade. So 2 resists, life, and a movement speed, and then craft your own 3rd resist. That's usually the cheapest way to get a pair of boots. Quivers, they're a dime a dozen. If you look for a high life, couple of stat quiver, and one without a multi-roll, a crit roll, or a wed roll, and then you can put it on yourself, usually that's the cheapest way around that. Flasks, 1 instant flask, 1 silver flask, that gives you onslaught for 6 seconds, pretty damn nice. Onslaught is movement speed, attack speed, and cast speed. A quicksilver for extra run speed, an Atziri flask for some chaos damage and a bit of extra leech, and a diamond flask which lasts 6 seconds and has 2 uses, and basically will almost always guarantee you're critting when you have something like 60 crit. It's really good to help fill out your crit. Auras, typically I am running Herald of Ice, but I was running Herald of Thunder just for Uber Atziri. Otherwise I recommend Herald of Ice for mapping. You'll attach Herald of Ice to Assassin's Mark, Curse on Hit, and that will keep up your power charges during mapping. So normally I am running this and Wrath, and leaving that much mana unreserved just for casting. And since I have that mana leech node, it seems to be perfectly fine, at least until we get to 6 link stages. It might start to hurt then. Blood Rage keeps up some attack speed and your frenzy charges, and I have a single target frenzy just in case I need to buff them up a bit more. Aside from that, you're running with Blink Arrow for defensiveness, a Vaal Haste and a Vaal Clarity just for your offensive portions, and an Ice Golem as your golem of choice. Bandits I went with passive. That's because I could always get more life, which is roughly worth a 40 life node anyway. But if you're planning to get lots of life, just get the 40 life from normal, then attack speed, and then a frenzy charge. Not much else to say about the build. It's pretty dope. Try and stay above 85% chance to hit. With a golem, I think I'm at 87, so that's pretty good. And to do that, you need at least 1 or 2 items with accuracy on them. I don't really have much at the moment, so I would like more, but that's all I could do. So this was the Wind Ripper Inquisitor, or also known as the Winquisitor. Seemed to be a pretty good character in the long run. I had lots of fun playing it. It's not strictly the best choice for a Wind Ripper. Perhaps some of the Ranger or Scion Ascendancies would be better. I don't know. I just tried out Inquisitor, and it's a good option, I would say. That's all I can conclude at this point. If you'd like to try it out, I will leave the passive tree and gear in a separate thread, and you can follow that too. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Mathel. Thanks for watching.